Okay, family. Oh man, we got a superstar with us tonight. Award-winning success coach, spiritual teacher, and performing activist. You can contact Miss Jones via email and so spread love via that PayPal at, of course, kljones at leadprogram.org. And also her IG is KECIA L Jones, and the Cash App is $ the Exit Project. Tonight's topic, woo, we got a topic for you tonight that will make you accountable. You think the astrologist was on point. Oh, this sister here is gonna be on point. She's from now to Nashville too. Lord have mercy. This where beautiful women come from Nashville. So we're gonna respect that. This is the topic tonight. The world is your stage, and personally coaching and acting into your own greatness. Ooh, you gotta learn how to do it for yourself. We'll be back with more of you, more of us with KECIA. Make sure y'all like, and share. I'm bringing the new people, the new stars of the next generation. So don't touch that dial. Your brother King Simon is in the mother flipping building, ready to do what we got to do to make things happen. All right? Don't touch it. We're going to keep it moving. We'll be right back after this. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. December 4th in Florida, Cosmic Alignment with Billy Carson alongside Ellison Nebra. And don't forget, King Simon with Dina Divine. And don't forget the one and only Joshua Sarah, all happening in Florida. Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator for tickets.
Blood in, blood out, that's the culture. Haters cause they ain't us, that's some vultures. It was all good when we was soldiers, but when we asked for that land that they owed us, blood in, blood.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Tonight, family, we got a special shoe for you tonight, as we welcome this great sister that's coming on, KECIA L. Jones. It's the double header, baby. Earlier we had the Mac Attack herself, but we got Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. Coming in all the way from Nashville, we had Miss Mac, who came all the way from Texas. Oh, I'm going around the United States with these beautiful sisters. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all don't know who I am. I'm the international numero veda, baby. So we're going to be talking to people from Canada, England, all of that stuff. You know what it is. I've spoken to people from Canada, too. But tonight we're going to be speaking about, of course, the topic for tonight. Like I said, the world is your stage. And learning how to personally coach yourself, or personally coaching and acting in your own greatness, is going to be very important as we go through what we're going through in this realm. You know, you could do it from a spiritual perspective, a numerovational perspective, an astrological perspective, but just make sure you do it from a perspective. All right? Tonight, we're having that tonight. We're going to be doing that because it's all about helping you to be your very best. Don't forget, coming up on Sunday, October the 23rd, I also got another doubleheader. This is going to happen at 11:11 a.m. as I interview a dear friend of mine named Karma Anika Ma'at. She's doing a one-woman show, and we're going to talk about it. One woman on a mission. So I'm proud of her journey also. And we're going to be hanging out that day. It's going to be all over at this place. It's called Lights Karma Action, with special guest John Roberts, and tickets are $40 and $50, and of course it's going to be at the Pink Lion Jazz Club. Look out for that club, because I'm going to be doing some events over there soon too, over there at the new Black Wall Street Market, because I want to get into plays and all that kind of stuff. So this is what I'm preparing, but it's going to be conscious plays with a lecture after about what you just seen in the play. That's how we're going to do it. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to create something new. So you might come to a play like this and then hear Phil Valentine speak for an hour or two right about that same play you just watched, or the people that are going through it in the world. So we gonna put it in. That's how I'm gonna work it. So that's gonna this particular one woman show by Karma Anika Ma'at is gonna be at of course the new Black Wall Street Market over there at 8109 Mall Parkway in Stonecrest, Georgia. Don't forget, if you want to come on out to Florida and hang out with all of us for my 27th celebration and promotion and production, the Cosmic 19 Alignment and Enhancement Meta Shop continues. We're going to have Billy Carson, Ellison Edward, myself, Dina Devine, Joshua Sawa, and we got some great guests that's going to be passing through. We're going to be on the beach, and then we're going to a venue. It's $111.11 for one day only. You got to pay for your own hotel and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to have vegan food at the venue, cooked by a great vegan chef out there in South Florida. But also, that whole weekend, we're going to be doing our own thing and having a good time. So if you can make it out, come on out. It's up to you how you get there. We're not paying. This don't include travel and hotel. No, you pay one price and you come on in. And if you want to see the live stream from the event or the venue, you could pay for the live stream. The live stream is only going to be like $77. So once you text me at 347-496-1022 for the live stream, I can text that link to you and we can make it happen. Big up to this brother, Joshua Selden. He has a great book called I Am. Supercharge your imagination with affirmation that will open the eye in your mind to infinite possibilities. Make sure you support this brother. He's one of the new advertisers on here. His website is www.iampublishing.com. That's iampublishing.com. Hit him up at IG at iampublishing, and also at YoungGod_235. That's 235. That's the YoungGod_235. You know what it is all about? Affirmation for both adults and children. So, and you could go to his TikTok at I Am Publishing. I Am Publishing at TikTok. So support the brother, support what he's doing and how he's doing. This is my hypnotherapist. Book a hypnotherapy session with Kendall Avery Cobbs. Beautiful sister. She's a hypnotherapist. And you can dial right now 800, text her or call her at 800-503-1993 and tell her that King Simon sent you. She'll give you a hookup, all right? Or you can go to our website, Hypnosis with the one, the only Kendall. That's Hypnosis with Kendall, or hit her up at Hypnosis Kendall at hypnosis.com. You could email her also. Now, this sister, she actually delivers food. This one right here. She could deliver if you're an hour away from Atlanta in any direction. Or this sister can actually mail it to all 50 states and Canada. All you have to do is text that number right now. Let's say you don't want to cook, or you don't know how to cook, and you want to have vegan options that you can have for the whole month. You could freeze it and then cook it and whatever you want to do with it. This sister got some great soups, great wraps, great sea moss. I got the cherry sea moss, delicious. She got all different types. She got a whole menu. She got vegan peach cobbler, vegan cherry cobbler, vegan apple cobbler. I was eating apple cobbler, peach cobbler, and cherry cobbler one time. She's hot. This is it. 518 Soup Now. That's 518 Soup Now. Queens Cuisine Atlanta presents the food of gratitude. Delicious, organic, healing vegan soups and full meal option delivered to your front door in 1 hour to 1 hour from Atlanta Metro in every direction. And their soups and sea moss are shipped to all 50 states and Canada. So hit her up right now. 518 Soup Now. If you want to go on the trip with Baba Ashra Kwesi, show him some love and tell him King Simon sent you, and he'll make sure you're accommodated right. 214-371-0206. It's the legend. He's been doing it for 40 years. You want to go on the trip and get the historic. Remember, if you get the history, it eliminates the mystery. So make sure you give him a call at 214-371-0206 and tell them, you got to tell them that King Simon sent you, all right? That's how it works. And don't forget, if you want a superstar journalist or writer or activist and more who's about to come out with her own book, hit up Majida Majade. Hit up Majida Majade. That's her IG, Majida and Marjorie. Big her up. And don't forget, this coming Saturday in South Florida, I had this sister on my IG. I've interviewed this sister, Kemi, and go to chicinprints.com. That's chicinprints.com for the tickets. But this is going to be in Lauderdale Fashion Show. It's going to be a beautiful African presentation of great designs coming from the motherland and coming from the other land, but they're all dark lands with the beautiful, beautiful dark-skinned people. All right. So this is going to happen on the 22nd, October 22nd in Lauderdale, Florida. Make sure you go to chicinprints.com. Don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn. That's right. Hit him up at lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's lloyd-strayhorn.com. And make sure you get his books, take his classes, support the Baba. You know how I do. I support him every 1,000%. All right. And don't forget, if you want to take my class, my 2-hour introductory class on Udemy, all you have to do is go to udemy.com. That's udemy.com. Boom. Right there, and put in the word numerovation, and guess what? You'll get to take the classes, the highest rated classes on there right now. Matter of fact, I'm the only one on there doing numerovation, so you know what that is. And if you want the full course meal, all you have to do is text the word course to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And I will send you the details after you send the funds. I will hook you up, but you got to learn how to do this thing for yourself sometimes. And when you need to book me, that's when you book me. Also, purchase all my books on Linktree. I got 6 more books that I'm writing, but go to my Linktree /King Simon the Numerovator right now. Get my books. They are selling like hotcakes. And if you want a tune-up, 10 minutes and 10 seconds pre-recorded session from and you're going to get 10 minutes from me and 10 minutes from this beautiful sister, Etoy, who is also a numerovator. Make sure you text me your first name only and your date of birth to 347-496-1022, and then I will send you the detail how much it costs for you to do what you got to do with us. All right, you get 2. That means you're going to get 20 minutes and 20 seconds altogether, but it's 10 minutes and 10 seconds each. One of us is going to do a pre-recorded session to you and send it to you. All right. And remember, if you want to book a full session, all you have to do is text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Remember, the study of numbers or numerology is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will guide you, but it's up to you. And of course, you know I got to have the content disclaimer for whomever, although I might love these people or like or care about them, I got to still watch my back, watch my 6. All right, pause. First of all, content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests or speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And remember, disclaimer: copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. How y'all feeling, family? Let me get ready to show myself. The background. Let me change the music because I gotta let me put on my Respect and Protect the Black Woman music. Come on now. This is my old reggae tune called Respect and Protect the Black Woman. Give me that. Bring me on. It's your brother King Simon right here. I'm coming in. Oh, what up? Got my Brooklyn hat today. Oh, here we go. A lot of mercy. That's one of my old reggae tunes right there. Big up to all the reggae producers from back in the day. Let me turn up the music. Lord of mercy. Here we go. You better respect, protect the black woman because every black woman is a prized possession. You better respect, protect the black woman because every black woman is a prized possession. Respect for your black woman. Protect. That is the duty of a man. No disrespect the actual foundation because the beauty of a woman is procreation. You better learn to possess for your children. If you diss the black woman, you diss your nation. If you don't protect the woman, you're not a real man. Y'all ain't ready for me, man. Y'all ain't ready. You're not ready for the king to come back out and do him thing in a conscious way, you know. Lord of mercy. Y'all don't want the red flag to come on out. You know, so I saw waving red flags on you. Lord of mercy. Them don't know that I used to do this professionally. I was number 5 on the reggae chart. People don't even know. Oh, yeah. Before my guest come on, because she's getting herself all dude up. Let me play one of my other songs, my background songs to my other song. This one is called Black and White Story. So when I used to tear up the stage, this particular song went to number 5 on the reggae charts back in the day. So we're going to play Black and White Story so y'all can hear the vibes that your brother King Simon used to drop back in the day. Let me show you right here. Here we go. All right, now, because this one is called Black and White Story. Lord of mercy. Hey. Black and white story in my mind. Ooh, yes. Say we have to analyze it. Black and white story in my mind. Ooh, yes. Say we have to analyze it. Hear this. May I go tell you a little something about white history. Say, oh, they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I like them are telling us for them history, cause black is beautiful. The whole of them agree. Them come out of the mountains and mix up with seed. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black. It's white, but let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Yeah, let me calm that down. Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I love you all. I love you. Thank you. I pay for those applause, so stop playing. I pay for those applause. How y'all doing, people? I see my guest backstage. I see her looking all good and dialed up. Lot of mercy. And remember, I am your host, King Simon. Let's get that a round of applause. The new motivator, the author, the consultant, the promoter, the producer, and more. Make sure you circulate and spread love. Make sure you spread love via Cashapp. You see the $ right there. If you appreciate the show, stop playing. All right. And don't forget paypal.me/King Simon. And of course, if you want to book a session, that number there is. If you want to advertise on my show, you can do that. It's a very reasonable price for the whole month. All right. And I even shout you out on some of my community section and some of my social media. You can advertise for a real cheap price because I'm about I don't do this for the likes. I do this for the love. So you can text me 347-496-1022. And of course, y'all know I got 2 rules. Lord have mercy. I got to talk about the rules every time I come up here. The 2 rules. First rule, please thumb up, share, and like this broadcast to build the algorithms. Remember, sharing is caring. That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Second rule for your backsides. Second rule for your backsides, because I'm from Brooklyn. Respectfully, this is a troll-free zone. So trolls, please take a stroll somewhere else. Let's give them trolls a round of applause. Go, trolls, go. Leave now. It's all good. Look at that shirt. It's all good. You can leave. Now, before I bring on this beautiful sister, I'm just going to show her picture real quick because she fine. I don't play around. I only bring fine women up in here. No, because I got good taste. Stop playing. All my ex-wives were fine-ass women. So I'm just letting y'all know. All my baby mamas were fine-ass women. So just letting y'all know. This sister here is not only an extraordinary singer, and I'm going to play one of her tunes before I bring her on, because she sent me a tune, and I said to myself, Lord, this tune is about motivation. Oh, wait a minute. And this is some things that I'm inspired to do myself with my new motivation. I'll be doing a new motivational CD to break down the numbers in a motivational fashion like Eric Thomas and like Les Brown do. But this sister has triggered something in me. She's going to help me too. She's going to help me because, remember, man and woman are supposed to help each other, find the balance within each other. So she's going to put that spirit on it. And I like the music that she's doing, but I'm going to play one of her songs before we bring her on. And as the song is closing out, I'm going to then read her bio that I have. And we're going to drop it hot. But this sister here that I'm about to bring on, I want y'all to hear this motivational song called Every Single. Oh, it's a powerful song. So I want y'all to tune in. I'm going to turn up the volume. And I want to give her song a well-deserved round of applause right here, right now. First time on the virtual stage of King Simon Presents. Here it is, Every Single.
There's a beauty that comes, that only comes when you know exactly who you are. You're glorious.
This is KECIA L. Jones.
The power of your own divinity.
Recognize the power of your
I'm full of divine. I am divine. Every single thing about you is beautiful. Every single thing about you is beautiful. I am divine.
Woo!
I am divine. Every single thing. I am fully human.
Every single thing.
Every single thing. I am every single thing. I am brilliant. Every single thing. I am gorgeous.
Everybody put a 1 in the chat right now if you like the music. Put a number 1 in the chat if you love the music. It's a motivational music. Put a number 1 in the chat right now. Me breathing, people. Breathe out.
Your breath is your power.
Oh my God. goodness. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. She got us breathing up in here. Now look here, family. Without further ado, KECIA L. Jones is an award-winning success coach, spiritual teacher, and performance activist. As a leadership consultant to Fortune 500 companies, nonprofit organization, and conscious clients. Woo! She teaches the art of holistic leadership, emotional and energetic intelligence. KECIA is the founder of the Exit Project. Breathe. A creator of the upcoming television show, The Exit, The Only Way Out Is In. She thrives on the mission to activate holistic leaders, gathers global change agents, creates new systems, and have a phenomenal time doing it. Let's welcome on the international stage of King Simon Presents, the virtual stage, the one, the only KECIA L. Jones in the building. You are silent, girl. Where you're muted. Your mic is muted.
Oh, no, I said you are something else. You are something else.
I'm a master of the stage. I'm the master of the stage. When it comes to MC, girl. When it comes to MC, and I'm tight, girl. I'm tight when it comes to MC.
I hear you all day, and I feel the energy even right now. You even had us breathing to start, and I feel it's a divine moment. This is a divine moment.
Girl, yeah. Everybody's putting ones in the chat, man. Wow. I think people is making babies to this. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you do what you got to do. Hey, work whatever chakra you got to work, but just do it intentionally. There it is. There it is. Enjoy pleasure. Yeah, anyways, exactly. Okay, let's focus.
That's what we're talking about tonight, girls. Because people got to learn how to do things with intention. Yeah. Make love with intentions, meditate with intentions, walk with intentions, drive with intentions, breathe with intentions. Get that around the room.
All day. Every day. Yeah.
Yes, Lord. Praise. Yeah. How you feeling today?
I feel fabulous. I feel so good.
You look fabulous.
I'm sitting here. Like I was it just hit me. My family is on. Like Red and the Titans is in the building.
Give a round of applause. Give a round of applause.
What up? You have to give that up. I'm very excited. Hold on one second. My mama is in the building.
Your mama. Give mama a round of applause, mama.
That's a beautiful thing.
Mama. I'm like James Brown in that movie. Mama, it's me, Mama. It's me.
You know what? And that's how you started off, though, when you said you have to protect the Black woman. That's your mother. That's the great mother.
People don't understand.
And so even understanding that beyond the concept of possessions and different things when we look at relationships, but honoring the great mother. Yeah. So I do.
That's interesting that you say that, because I only went to jail one time in my life, and that's for fighting 7 police officers for my mother. It's the only time I went to jail ever. And that is deep in that sense, because the story is a long story, but once they touched her, I touched them, and it was on and popping.
Yeah.
And then they had to stop me because of the way I was moving. And thanks to the training for years with Dr. Moses Powell's students and all those people that we was under back in those days. Thank you. He told me, Dr. Powell told us years ago, and told his students that told us eventually, anytime you're in a situation, back yourself against the wall and make sure no one comes behind you. Just deal with what you have to deal with. And I'm here I'm alive today. So thank you, ancestors, those warrior ancestors that helped me out.
You shared with me a lot of stories of just really how you've been blessed and pulled out of certain situations. A lot of that is because of the way you honor your mother.
Yes.
And that level of protection that opens that door for you. So I celebrate you for that.
Thank you very much.
Because it's funny. Like I told you, King, we had a couple of places we knew we wanted to go, but I'm always going to be led by spirit. And I just feel that pull. So, but anyways, I do acknowledge the fact that you honor your mother
Had to, I
and,
mean,
and that
she would admit that she wasn't the best, but we all are not the best. And
yeah.
I had to get better, just like she's getting better. And she's still alive at 83 years of age. Give her a round of applause. My father's still alive at 79 years of age. So she had a younger guy. So that's how she did it back in her day.
I see.
Thanks to there's a and I'm thank you for coming on. And thank you for
Yeah.
bringing your spirit. And you was in town, and we showed you around some places, and we look like we gotta do some stuff. We're gonna do some stuff.
Yeah.
We got some
We're gonna
stuff
do
to
some
do.
stuff.
Enjoy it because you're in Nashville now. Big up to the Nashville crew. Got to shout out Nashville.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm where I need to be.
I just want to shout out the family out there in Nashville too. I gotta show them
Nashville,
love.
yes, I celebrate Nashville.
Yeah, they my family, so I can't wait. I've never been there, so I need to come out there and actually come to Nashville. I've been everywhere else in the United States. I've never been to Nashville. Ain't that something? Yeah. And Alabama, isn't that something crazy? I haven't been over. It's all right, but
in Alabama too.
Foremost family, this sister here is a beautiful spirit. And how do you remember how we met?
We met. And so actually some of the people that are on the call right now, that are watching right now, would say we used to get together. And now this is my crew. We came out of religion together. We journeyed together. We went on our own different ways and came right back. And so we started coming together at my brother and my sister's home, and we would listen to videos, and your video came up. And I remember it was stated like, we should connect. But here's the thing with me. When I know I need to connect, I don't wait. So I think I called you pretty quickly. Right. And that was back in 2015. And I got my first reading. And then we realized that there was even deeper connection with what we do with art and what I do with coaching and development. And so it started there.
There it is. Yes, and both you and your mom did a session with me, and and it's so important. That's why you treat people good on the way up, everywhere you go.
Well, everyone is you. So how you treat other people is the way you treat yourself, how you see yourself.
Exactly. So I'm honored, of course. I could be up here all day saying we honored, we love each other, all that good. That's good. But tonight's topic is a powerhouse topic because the world is your stage, and personally coaching and acting into your own greatness.
Yeah.
Because I studied with Les Brown.
I did too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I studied with him in 2005. He was in New York doing radio, and he used to do at the Penn Hotel for a whole month. Every Wednesday, he had a class a free class. And I was there. I think I only missed one Wednesday. So I was there every Wednesday. And I learned so much. And that's why my program is called King Simon Presents Only Quality People, because Les always used to talk about OQP. Yeah, you know me. Only quality people. And because you come from that background of being a success coach, an award-winning success coach, a spiritual teacher, and performing activist. And as your bio kept on saying, so much, it could have kept on going. Now, tell us your journey into doing what you do and why you do so well. And that song I just played, give that a round of applause again. Because you sent it to me last night, and you knew I would probably want to play that.
I had a feeling it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen like that, but I love that. I'm in that exceeding and abundantly phase in my existence, where now I've taken the lid off my own life and off my thoughts of possibilities, and I've expanded beyond that. So I'm even experiencing this a little bit differently than I expected, which is lovely. Right. But to your question, I'll answer it by even talking about my connection with Les. So I met Les when I was about 25. And I remember I was a young minister, and I went to one of his trainings or whatever. And it went beautifully, but he used to call me teeny weeny. And I say that, because people can't fully see me right here.
He would say that.
Every bit of 4'11 and a half, right? But I won't tell anybody. If you think I'm small, you don't have good eyes. So and I say that because you're talking about stepping into your own stage of greatness, right?
Yes.
Well, that means you have to see the fullness of you. You have to see yourself beyond this physical body. And so for me, my journey was getting to that place. And we talk about this. You posted up there, the Exit Project, and that is what we're working on right now.
Right.
But we've been in this lane since we got here.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you really understand purpose, you've been doing this since day one.
Right.
If you want to talk about the journey to get here, well, that started on December 10th, 1979, and we're on a 10-month. On a 1 day. So like these are portals that are opening, but this was always printed. This was written in the foundation, in the stars. And for me, one of the things that I say to people is, whatever path you came through in this society through some system that you came to break through.
Yes.
Some of us came through religion. That's my crew. Some of us came through.
I went through that.
Entertainment industry. You take yourself. I mean, seriously.
A lot of things I went through.
That is your field. You take somebody. Let's look at even someone like Blue Ivy, who was literally born into the entertainment system. Now, what is the story for her? Well, the stars will tell you. But at the end of the day, the heavens have always declared our glory, and that was written in the beginning. For me, my path to get to this place was through the halls of religion and through understanding, the God that I worshiped every day was the same God that I could look at in the mirror and see myself. I had to take the lid off. And so the only reason why I'm sitting here having this conversation is because I took that journey through that system to see the other side. So it's beautiful.
No, it is a beautiful. I applaud that, of course, because all of us went through these journeys of religion. I went through the Christianity, the Rasta, the Islam, the Hebrew. I went through all of it to realize, and I could show you all the books. I got all of the books, the Bible, the Quran, the this, the that, to show you that it every bit that I've taken made me a better person.
Made you a better, yes. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing, because when you can look at it, you're not resentful, you're not hurt by any of it. You recognize spiritual discipline, what you learned, and you recognize what was not true.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, it is simply waking up to the knowledge of your own self, that you are not separate from the divine.
Exactly.
That's what the song is talking about.
None of us
every single thing about us is beautiful when we see ourselves in the light of our own greatness, in the light of divinity.
And it's so funny, KECIA, that I was on my live the other day and I said, you can learn from everything.
Everything.
I even learned from studying, the Satanists. Why? Because at one time Satan was one of those bright and shining stars.
Yeah.
And people forget that every time you look at Satan in the Bible, and I'm saying this not to push that on. I'm just saying that every time you see Satan, he's hanging out with the sons of God. How come he's always hanging out with these people? So he has access. He's always have access. Yeah. He just have a job to do. So you got to learn what not to do in order to get to what you're supposed to do. Sometimes people got to go into the shadow side to be the light.
Well, it's really the balance. It is understanding that is you. Exactly. Like that's the issue. I think one of the reasons why we don't accept our divinity is because we're afraid that we couldn't make it, as it relates to combating the devil. But the enemy is you. If there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do me no harm. It's you.
Let's used to say that
at all times.
You remember Les used to say that all the time. So he always used to say that.
Can do you no harm.
Can do you no harm. And that's the old Proverbs. That's the old African Proverbs. And that's the truth. And
it's true.
And people that are just tuning in, if you're just tuning in, we have KECIA L. Jones, award-winning success coach, spiritual teacher, performing active, and so much more. Believe me, if you read a viral, you can just go to her IG and kick in and all that. I mean, she, and she's drinking her green juice like I'm drinking my clear juice, which is called agua.
I got my water too. But my matcha is more delicious, right?
Yes, I'm sure it is. But now, family, I want people to share this, like, and do what you like, because this is about motivating people. And, I usually don't come on this late to do too much, but this was a double header today. Again, going back to the topic here, you know, when you talk to our dear family out there, the people that might, let's say, might not remember that
Yeah.
they are great, because it is a remembering and a recalling.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't remember, and we've come through our mother's womb and our father's scrotum without memory of what we were in our past
Yeah.
and what we're just coming from that realm. How do you set the stage
Yeah.
for our people to recognize at least the inkling or the first cell of their greatness in order for it to germinate, for them to be their best? Please.
Yeah. You know, as you were talking, the scripture came to my mind. Study to show thyself approved
Proof.
unto God, unto thyself, a
I remember
workman that
that.
needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Well, what is the word of truth? The word of truth is you. You are the living
Mm,
word. So what does that mean you need to do? Study you,
that's right.
study the power of you,
That's right.
study the essence of you, study the roots of you. Take time enough. You know, real self-love comes from self-knowledge. The more I
That's right.
know myself, I will love myself. And it's
Mm,
really taking the time to honor yourself enough to do that inner work. And that is study, whether that is studying your astrology, studying the stars. We said this earlier.
mhm.
I always talk about how when you identify the Christ, because that's one of the things that we were going to talk
Right.
about is
Right.
being the Christ of your own story, being that
Yes.
main stage character that you were meant to be, that you were
Right. Right.
always meant to be in your own
Mm,
lane, in your own flavor, in your own way. But understanding
mhm.
comes from knowing yourself. And so when I say study the stars, I will always say the heavens will always declare your glory.
Glory.
The
Yes.
question now isn't whether or not you are the Christ. The
Yeah.
question is, what type of Christ are you?
Are you? Because the word Christ means, because Christ means, what does Christ mean? Tell them what the word Christ
I
means. Go
am
ahead.
the anointed one.
Exactly.
I am all. I
Exactly.
am not separate from source. And to
Exactly.
be, wait a minute. And this is the beautiful aspect of 2020s, this age. This
Mm,
is when you're having feminine force come into the conversation as well.
yes.
Because you look back in the 1920s and you look at someone like Father Divine, who was phenomenal if you
Phenomenal.
studied that. At
Hmm.
the same time, masculine energy in the 1920s would say, where he would say, I am God. Here's the second part to that.
Hmm.
So are you.
Yes.
I am. You are too, because
That's
we are
right.
all the reflection of each other. And that's when you balance feminine and masculine force. But back to what you were saying,
Hmm.
it's about studying the self.
That's right.
It's
That's
about
right.
taking the time, whether that's through astrology, numerology,
Yes.
journaling,
That's right.
doing coaching.
That's
When
right.
I coach, I focus, the first thing that we focus on with any client is looking at that star system, looking at
Mm,
what you came here with. I'm a
mm,
Pisces South Node.
mm.
There are
Ooh.
spiritual things that I came here with. To pretend that I don't have that
Make
is
no
an
sense.
offense to the divine.
That's right.
That's offensive,
That's right. That's right.
you
That's
know?
right.
And
And
so,
and
but
and that's
go ahead.
interesting that you say that. Why? And excuse me, pardon for me to break up. You said Father Divine, and although they don't have a particular birthday for him, they only have the year he was born. One thing about studying the numbers and recognizing the frequency that, or the GPS he was connected to mathematically, is looking at that year, and it adds up to a master number 22. And
Mhm.
it's a spiritual master, because 22
Builder.
deals with that. Yeah, the master builder, but it's
Yeah,
also the internal building of who you are in order for you to maximize the greater part of you outside of you.
yeah,
So the name Moses in a certain system of numerology adds up to 22. The name Ruth adds up to a 22. The name Jesus adds up to a master number 11. So when you recognize those type of, something is going on for them to have words and names to equate to master numbers.
right.
Prophet Muhammad spelled with the Muhammad is 29, which is 11. What? That's no
Yeah,
coinky dink. So
yeah,
when you mentioned Father Divine, I had to look up his birthday and remember that he didn't have a birthday like that. Not like when you could
yeah,
go and see Reverend Ike, who I studied diligently Brother Reverend Ike, because
Oh
Reverend
God,
Ike,
yeah, I know.
Reverend Ike helps me to change my language
Yeah,
on I don't spend money, I circulate money.
right,
I don't
right.
spend my energy and time. I circulate so it can come back in full force. And so
Yeah,
it's so important that what you do and what you've been doing and what you continue to do, especially by all the accolades that you have. But you said Christ, and that everybody out there got to remember they are, if you're getting knowledge and spreading knowledge, you are the anointed in your family, no matter
yeah,
what system you're under. And that's
yeah.
how powerful. And I commend you for what you're doing.
Thank
I
you.
just said all of
And
that
also,
to say
you're also
commend you.
understanding what the depth of that, what that means. You are the savior that you seek. You are the
Yes.
savior of your own reality. You are the superhero of your own. You're better.
Mm,
Your life could be better than a Marvel comic if you just knew.
ex-
You know,
that part.
it's really that, and that's really about, when you said about owning the stage, owning
Mm,
the stage of your greatness. My brother called me today. One of my brothers called me today,
hmm
and he was talking about um, uh, humility, and we've
mm,
always gone back to what real humility is.
hmm
It's because there's a difference between false humility and
hmm
humility, and really operating in a way that is not truly who you are.
mm,
That's that does no one else any good. You have
hmm
to operate in the fullness of yourself and be clear and confident, and and not in a position where you would hang your head in any kind of way,
hmm
because you are the divine. Here's the thing.
Yes.
It's Some people would say it's hubris, or it's pride, it's arrogance. No,
hmm
it's actually the greatest form of humility. Because
hmm
if I can look at myself and see that I am divine, I can also look at you. When I can do that, I would never do you any harm.
mm.
Because when I see you, I see myself. Yeah.
When you see you, I see myself. Exactly. That's the
Yeah, I
reflection.
see the reflection of me. And so I have to live as the highest version of myself. Doesn't matter what
Exactly.
anybody thinks about it, I might be pulling up something else, triggering something within you. That's
hmm
okay. But I
hmm
have to be the highest version of me at all
hmm
times.
Of
And that
course. Of
because that's
course.
how we reflect that back to each other. Because
Right.
this
Exactly.
internal world creates our external reality at all times.
Powerful. Get that a round of applause, family. Woo, Lord, have mercy. You turned up.
Amen.
I got to big
Amen.
up. I got to big up one of my former co-hosts, is the one Sakina McBride is in the building. What's up, Sakina? How you
Oh,
doing?
Sakina
How you,
McBride.
Sakina? What's up, Sakina? Yeah. She's a wonderful Leo's energy herself. Big up
Oh,
to
we
her.
got
Yes.
fire in the house.
Oh, you got
Yes.
fire. Hold on, yeah. See, I'm the air that
Yeah.
put that air to that fire. That's why y'all are
Yeah.
Sag and Leos. I'm
Yeah.
right there with y'all.
Yeah.
But what is so interesting is that when I'm looking at what you represent, you speak about energetic intelligence and emotional intelligence. That's one of your
Right.
tools of using the sacred sciences and tools, because a lot of people fight against astrology and numerology without thorough understanding. You know what I'm saying? And what Stevie Wonder used to sing was superstition. If you don't have no understanding, it's a superstition. If you don't have no understanding, then
Yeah.
it's a superstition. You know what I'm saying? And some of that stuff, a lot of people don't realize that when a lot of Europeans conquered a lot of worlds and different parts of our ancient cultures, when they didn't understand it, they called it pseudo.
Yeah.
They hated
Yeah.
on it because you can Google and go to Wicca and they'll tell you astrology is a pseudo this, and they'll say this is a pseudo that. But because of their lack of understanding of our ancient spiritual systems, they deemed it false. Anything,
Yeah.
but yet they would cut out somebody's tongue for it. They would kill families for it. I mean, they burnt down libraries for it. They hide books for it over the years. From what you have found out in your studying of intelligent and energetic intelligence and emotional intelligence, how do you unpack that for your clients, and how would you suggest how our people would use that tool
Yeah.
that you
I'm
have?
going to piggyback on something you just said, and then I'll
Yes, ma'am.
answer this. But when you were talking about Stevie Wonder's song "Superstition," the
Hmm.
the the coded message, the most beautiful
Yes.
aspect in it is when you believe in things that you don't understand. then you
Mm-hmm.
suffer.
That's right. You
And that is a very important line when you're
That's right.
talking about anything, but
That's right.
specifically sacred sciences. I can't tell you that I believe in astrology and not say, okay, I use this because I've studied it. You
Mm,
know, the,
right.
the issue with many of us is a fear of the things that we don't know, or the things that we were taught by someone else that was, not in alignment with the right thing, normally with God. And that's because that's a Pisces issue, which is the crown. So I'm going to
Mhm.
answer that and
Yes.
go through this.
Okay. Please
One
do.
of the things that we do is, when I'm working with someone, is the number one thing is I'm going to debunk that seven chakra myth.
Mm,
And that's a huge thing because we talk about seven chakras. This is something that has been talked about. And
right.
as we move forward, it will become very clear that the conversation will be about the 12 chakras within your own body. Now,
That
we
makes
know
sense.
that there are more. There's no
There's
question
more.
about
There's
it.
definitely more. Yes. There's definitely more.
But when you're talking about energy systems that create worlds and looking at your whole
Mhm.
body in terms of your emotional body, your energy, your
Mhm.
thoughts, all
Mm.
of that, you have to understand how your body operates like an instrument. So it's like, why would you say 12? Well, I'll tell you this. I'll say, I say 12 chakras will talk about why black keys matter. And I know yeah, it sounds funny,
That's
but
right.
it's a
That's
good
right.
way to understand it. Because if you were to look at a piano scale, if you were to
Yes.
look at, anybody can look at that, you would recognize that the seven chakras that you are taught about are the
Mm.
seven white keys on the piano, as
Yes.
if there are not five black keys sitting right there
Right.
that
That's
have
right.
a different note to it.
Mm.
So first, we have to debunk all of the myths and all of the things that limited us from being the fullest version of ourselves, that limited us from operating on the great stage
Right.
that belongs to us. So one of the things that we do is focusing on opening up those energy centers
Hmm.
within the body and recognizing what's your thought life on every world. Because again, I say your internal world creates your external reality. And
Mm.
even further, beyond that, we talk about how that creates our systems in this
Hmm.
world,
Mm.
the way we collectively think,
Mm. Yes.
what we
Yes.
are collectively tapped into. And
You,
how do we change that? Yeah.
it's interesting you talk about the black keys and the white keys on the piano
Yeah.
when most spirituals, according to legend, was played on the black keys
Yeah.
only.
Mm,
Which is
mm.
interesting that you talk with black in
That
the
should have said something right then. You should, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly,
you should have been like, wait a minute at that point. But
exactly
hey,
at that
we get
part.
it when we get it, and we move on.
And
But
that
here's what I will say with that too.
go ahead, please.
The most beautiful thing is when you can play every note and connect
Hmm.
it all together. It's
Right.
not, the goal is not separation. It is understanding what real unity looks like. And real
Yes.
unity looks like everybody operating as the fullest version of themselves. That's it.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm. And and let me give that a round of applause. You know we got to do that. Come on now. Woo! And just the music, especially your going to your performing activism, which is, as you would say, identifying your Christ story and being the star of your own show and knowing what role you play in this universal production. And how do you present that to children? Because
Mm,
usually children themselves just came from that realm.
yeah.
And if we open them up, sometimes our children get shut down because the first form, and I want people to listen carefully to this, the first form of mind control comes from our parents
Mhm.
and our family. And if your mind ain't right when your children are coming out that time, then what's going to happen to those children?
Yeah.
So, and I remember Dr. Phil Valentine said to us one time, he said, children come through to teach you how to be parents.
Yeah.
Very key, very key. You know what I'm saying? So how do you introduce that whole concept to young people? Because I tell people I keep it simple with my numbers, because if a 5-year-old and an 85-year-old can't understand me that at the same time while they're in the room, then it don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The first thing that I will say to that is leave them alone.
Mm,
You made the point that
yes.
children know they know it when they got here. Like it's not you. I remember I did a TED Talk back in 2015, and one of the things I was talking about was our education system. But I made the point that every child knows that they're brilliant until they meet an adult that tells them that they're not.
That's what Dick Gregory said. Yes. Go ahead.
You come here knowing it's not that the children need to know. No. We need to allow them to be and see their divine self instead of trying to put what we think on them. Now here's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
When we collectively operate from an elevated space, I don't just know the stars as it relates to my chart. I know my children. I know that, and I know how to love them uniquely. Love them all the same, but uniquely different. You know, because my mother gave birth to 3. I'm a fire. My brother is water, and my sister is earth. All 3 different.
Ooh, earth, wind, and fire. What?
Earth, wind, and fire. My mother already said we had a band. You know what I'm saying? We had a band, and I feel like I'm calling a band here. Yeah, she knew it. She knew it. First of all, King, thank you so much, because I'm gonna go ahead and prophesy that, because we're coming back together as a band. But all right. All of us function differently. Those are 3 different energies, and to treat them all the same means you do not understand the treasure that you have and the uniqueness and the difference of every child. But it wasn't something that we were taught, and now we are remembering. We are remembering. Yeah.
And you know, and people, please share this broadcast, because sharing is caring, and this is very deep what she's saying, and what she's saying, because, you know, especially going back to the children, because it's all about, we always say children are the future, but it's what you, the parents or the aunties or the uncles, have to share or get from them. That's also going to make your future and their future better, because some people came through to heal cancer and heal AIDS and heal all these things, and we don't recognize those powers. And I remember Les one time said, imagine the 2 most important days in your life was the day you were born and the day you find out why you were born. We gotta applaud that. Let's drop that. And then there's another thing that he said. He said the greatest things in the earth I know you'll remember this quote, when he said the greatest things in the earth is not the diamond mines or the gold mines of the world, but it's the graveyard. Because there's people that have gone to the grave without letting their talents, their gifts come out of them.
Yeah, you know? Buried with greatness.
They buried their greatness, you know. And in the study of numbers, I've learned that usually you find your potential, what you should be attracted to, that can pull you towards your greatness through the numbers, because it reveals your gifts, talents, and skills. But if you're afraid, and you was taught to be afraid over the years, it hinders that. Your fear, because of those past traumas that keep on knocking down what you was gifted with already. That supreme mathematics, so to speak, as we used to say in the Nation of Islam, a supreme understanding of who you are, and from a mathematical perspective, but you pay attention to the God-given intuition that gravitates you towards what you want to do and what you love to do. So how is things like that has helped you along the way? Because I know you go through your ups and downs just like everybody else.
Yeah, no, you know, you mentioned that in terms of, you know, what we were afraid of, or what we were taught not to touch, touch not the unclean thing. And what is the unclean thing? To the pure in heart, all things are pure. When you understand that, you can see the functionality of all things. But what's beautiful is, even through their fear, many mothers that I grew up with were able to operate in their intuition. And that's why I will say very clearly that when I talk about the system of religion, and I talk about all systems as those that are connected, be it religion, education, our family structure, looking at all those systems. The thing that I don't have an issue with the power of church. Church has not seen its power yet. We haven't even seen it yet, because but we're going to see it. because religion is moving out of the way in terms of the blockages and the boundaries that we have thought about ourselves. And as that moves, what are you going to do? But you're just going to gather the gods together. And what happens when gods get together? We create new worlds. We create new realities, not just for ourselves, but our children, for the children that are not yet born into time. And so it's beautiful that you asked this question, because we have to make this statement for those children that are not yet born, that are being born in this season, that it is our responsibility to create a new world. It's not enough to say I'm divine and not live it.
That's right. That's right.
It's not enough to say I'm God and not be able to change the structures around you.
Exactly.
And so that's the season that we're in.
That's right.
And
that's right.
be able to use all those giftings.
Ye are God's children of the Most High. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta act like it and operate on that premise at all times. And you know, I remember, you know, I'm a high school dropout. You know, and I don't say that to degrade anybody that's finishing. But when I was so good at math at one point of my life in the sciences, that whatever they was trying to do with me, it was boring to me. And when and sometimes me leaving school to go take a GED was very important, because it helped me to free up my mind to understand not only the book knowledge, but also the street knowledge. And that's why I'm alive today. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I'm alive to this day. So, and being raised in New York at that time, you know, going through Martin Luther King High School, getting kicked out of that, getting kicked out of Erasmus Hall, some of the worst schools at that time. Erasmus was one of the worst, and then having to go to Boys High and get kicked out of that one. But yeah, you know, but at that point, the lessons. Because my family is Jamaican, Cuban, Afro-Jamaican, Cuban, with that African Rasta Christian type thing going on and Santeria type thing going on. But it was when Elijah Muhammad's teaching through the 5% says, who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe, father of civilization. That just opened up a whole new portal, because I never heard it in church. Never heard it in the Rasta community. Never heard it in those type of. I heard God is man and man is God, and they quote Psalms and they quote John and they quote all the God and man stuff. But when I heard the mathematics of it, stimulate, because I love mathematics. So obviously, when that mathematic kicked in, I was like, oh, at 14, I said, oh. And then I started pursuing that way of life and understanding how to try to study from the cradle to the grave. So why I'm saying that is because in one of the things that you initiate as far as performing arts and, you know, holistic leadership, you say performing arts initiative to exit out of old systems while creating new transmuting of the 12 system society. Now I'm saying that because some of the old stuff is some of the purest stuff. Some of the old stuff is still some of the purest, because it's just like unabridged books. We like unabridged books because some of the unabridged books give you the real. You know what I'm saying? How do you make that transmutation by still using some of the old systems in order to create the new paradigm where you want to lead your clients to?
So for me, when I hear you say that, what I hear is you're talking about ancient truth.
Right.
You know, a lot of the things that you're saying right now was said hundreds of years before. Said differently. Said uniquely. But the message was the same, because this isn't, you know, when people say having this conversation is new age, it really isn't.
It's not.
True.
Exactly. Ancient
so when we talk about that, everything that is true, that is universally true, is ancient. It was true yesterday. It was true 100 years ago. It will be true 100 years from now. That is the truth. What we have to do is look at the world that we have created based on low frequency ideas. So when you talk about, for example, one of the systems that we have to have a conversation about, we automatically go to education, a different one. But I have to talk about prison as a South Node Pisces. That's something that I have to definitely discuss. And what allowed us to create some type of systematic structure. Well, the only way that can exist is if somebody is afraid of quote unquote bad people, that they believe in bad people. And at the same time, somebody has to believe that they are not good. So you got two people on the same frequency, a thought process that have created realities where we got to put these folks over here. But this was all based on a thought. The every physical structure, every systematic structure that exists in our society, the way we treat each other in our families, the way we set up education systems, whether they are, and we know what they are, okay? But it's rooted in an idea. It's rooted in an idea. And so for me, that's always why along my path, I have to go back to religion, because that's where we have to see, that's the first place in terms of when you see yourself. When you look in the mirror, do you see God looking back at you? If you don't, then you don't believe you can create new realities. And so when we talk about changing systems, it's really changing our minds. The reason why it seems like it's hard work is because you're trying to do the physical first. This is the age of feminine force. It's not feminine only.
No, it's not.
Feminine only.
No, I can definitely prove that.
First.
Right.
It's partnership. And the reason why it's first is because the feminine force represents the non-physical. That represents going into the mind and seeing this thing before you form it in the physical form. You know? And so we have to go within ourselves. The kingdom of heaven is where?
Within.
That's
right. Within. Until people start understanding.
What we experience in the world, that's within too. So if we, the goal is not to try and get to heaven. The goal is to make heaven on earth. Because it is the reflection of our own internal heaven. George
Clinton. Say it again. You said George what?
George Clinton said it best. Free your mind. Come on now. You know how it goes.
I see George Clinton.
It's all follow. My mama asked me not to. She asked me to keep my mouth. So I'm a
Oh, your mama asked you to what?
Yeah, but let's move it on.
Oh, that's her. That's it. What up, mama? You gotta let her free up, mama. Let her free up. Man. But moving right along. Let me give that a round of applause before. We only got a few more minutes, but it's all good. This is a powerful thing. I don't like to do long things because our attention span. That's why TED Talks do 18 and 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Attention span. You got to send me that link when you did TED Talk. I definitely want to see that.
I will send that to you.
Shoot, I could have played some of that earlier. You know.
I know. Oh yeah,
I could have dropped it. I love that. Somebody asked me to come on there and actually do a lecture there, do a speech on TED Talks, but I haven't even entertained that yet. It's not time.
Oh, you would have so much fun. You would, because you would do all the celebrities. I know exactly what you would do. It would
I'm quick at this. Yeah, you know how we drop it. Yeah. But family, I want to remind everybody. Let me go back to her information. I got mine on here because I'm bopping back and forth. But right now we have with us almost the top of the hour, KECIA L. Jones in the building. Our guest, award-winning success coach, spiritual teacher, and performing art activist. She's been on TED Talk, so y'all got to look out for that if it's still on YouTube. Make sure you hit her up via email or PayPal. Show some love via PayPal, especially those from out of town. kljones@leadprogram.org. Use that email right there. Also, don't forget the IG. That's, of course, KECIA L. Jones on IG. Let's pump that up. Let's take that to another notch. Follow her. And don't forget the Cashapp. Spread love. That's $, the Exit Project. Make sure. Now tell us about the Exit Project in the mission statement before we close out. Tell us about the Exit Project and what that it is about, please.
Yeah. So this is, whenever I hear that, I get really excited because it's the ability. Yeah, I do, because it's the ability to do what I'm called to do. Like, it's really connecting the dots between media and true social change, what we can do. And when we talk about the Exit Project, the whole concept is exiting out of the old world, out of our old mentalities that no longer serve us. that have not served us. But to exit out of those old thinkings so that we can start thinking a new thought that benefits all of humanity, creating new societies and new social structures. Well, one of the ways that we do that is through media. So I love to talk about, I think it's on my site where I talk about 35 years ago, Different World came out, and Debbie Allen and all of them. But you have to understand that wasn't just a show. There was science behind the show. Yes. And so when you study the science behind what happened, you'll see how a society shifted. And college students, as it relates to HBCUs, as it relates to Black and Brown students, that expanded 3 times based off of that particular show. There's a statement as it relates to theater and as it relates to art, and it says, does life create art, or does art create life? Like what comes first, and the answer is both. And so when we talk about creating new worlds, well, we're also talking about creating new content. And so the Exit Show is really asking us, wait a minute, what could happen if we got together with that mindset of creating new realities, and not just looking at something like A Different World as a show, but what if actual HBCU college students started creating the world differently? So the Exit Project is actually going on HBCU campuses and creating exit centers so that we can start from that process. And I'm really excited because I've been in the education world for forever, and now I'm seeing the higher purpose of that. But that's one show. And then, we have Red and the Titans. And I'm so excited. We've been out, for some time, and everybody knows me. But but we, that is coming back as it relates to breaking down, understanding systems, breaking down pop culture and looking at it both from a spiritual and a physical perspective.
I've been on that show. That was a good show. Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was great.
Got to come back on because I'm a
We're
whole different person now. I keep on studying and keep on insightfully taking myself to the next level. So it's
well, that's the thing. I'm a whole different person too. That's the goal. The goal is to evolve. That's the title of the show.
Exactly.
Being on your world stage, acting into your own greatness. That means you are forever, being born again. There's a forever process of being born again.
Exactly.
So the Exit Project is focusing on how do we exit out of the world that we've created, so that we can start building the new and healing.
Now, can people email you and contact you through these, and of course through your IG? Make sure you check
you
your
can
IG.
contact me through the IG, KECIA L Jones, and I'll post our website on the IG. King, I've been away, and so I'm saying hey to people that I haven't seen. I thank you for whoever in the family is here, because I've been off for 2.5 years in terms of social media. But that's listen, that was needed. That was needed for me. I was going into Pisces season. This is also why I say we use astrology in coaching to understand what time and season you're in. If you grew up around scripture, you would always know you were taught about the tribes, the 12 tribes. Well, that's connected to the 12 chakras.
Exactly.
The tribe of Issachar were the individuals who knew time and season. Well, how do you know time and season? You can read your own stars.
Exactly.
And so, with coaching, we focus on looking at reading your own book, reading your own story, your own. How can you be the greatest version of yourself unless you can read your own story? And so that's one of the things that I teach each client, how to really study that and to know yourself. So that you can
I'm definitely going to connect you with the sister I had earlier, the one who wrote the ABCs of astrology, sister who wrote it. She's also, and her name is the Arisha Mack, and I knew her from years ago, and now she got 3 books out for children also, and for relationships. So she's a top astrologist. So I got to connect y'all. She's good people, and she's a Taurus energy. So my North Node is Taurus, but of course, the other side is Virgo. That's the South.
Taurus is in my 7th house. So Tauruses are great partners as it relates to me. But that's an example of how that works. How to really read it, to understand the people that are in your life, because we're all this. It's just one energy.
Exactly.
You know, different angles of light, but it's one energy.
Different angle. As a matter of fact, I'm writing a book now. It's taken me a while because I'm counting from 999 back to zero. So
Yeah.
it's called the numerovational angles of life, and
Yeah.
showing you the duality of which angle you could take in life is up to you. I just objectively show you. If you see these numbers constantly, this is what you need to pay attention to. And and it's so interesting that you're still, and I have a lot of Muslim, Hebrew, Jewish, Christian clients. I have a whole lot of them, but they come to me because I make it simple. I present to it that this is just going to make you better in whatever whatever you're doing. Even my father, who's a minister, came to me for a session, and he never thought about doing that, but it helped him and his family on that side, his wife and but he came to me for a session. I was surprised.
You just have to stop and ask yourself, what is really the issue with using a tool that will help you know yourself? You have to ask yourself that. What is why is there something that is hindering me from knowing myself? What does that mean? That means something is standing in the way of your own power.
Exactly.
Because that self-knowledge is self-power.
Right. Right. But I'm thankful for you, my sister. Thank you very much for coming on. It is now the top of the hour, family. KECIA L. Jones is 10 o'clock. She's born on the 10th, so I know what it is. It's 10:01. It's 10:01. So we got all the 10s backwards, forwards. So we know what we're doing.
Can I say something real quick as we get ready to go? I just want to acknowledge you. I just want to celebrate you and thank you so much because you were destined to be here for me. Today is a portal day for me. I was born on the 10th. This is the 10th month. This is a one day. This is a portal moment for me and for anybody who's watching. So I just want to say this. I honor you and I honor everybody that came on. And I honor you to operate in the greatness of yourself. This day, I am actually, because I've been away, I'm finally launching our coaching program. So if you want to coach, as it relates to that, you can follow me on IG. But I just want to say thank you for being who you are.
And thank you. Let me give myself a round of applause. Give myself and her and I are going to be doing some events. So look out in Atlanta, Stone Mountain. We looking at it. I'm looking at something already. So we looking at something in November. If she's in town, I'll definitely. That we got this venues already. Thanks to Tassili, another sad. She's offering me a spot, and of course Lisa and Jerome offering us a spot, and then they got a new spot about to open. So we're gonna be doing some work here. We got some work. Then we're gonna bring everybody. You could fly in. We got hotel accommodations and all that kind of stuff. And so my sister, want to thank you very much. For your greatness, and want to give you your flowers, the big bouquet and all that good stuff, and what you do, and give you a well-deserved round of applause for coming back on, because you haven't been on this show for a while, you know what I'm saying?
Stop it. King, this is my first time on your show. Let's for real. Yeah.
I was on your show. I was on your show.
You were on my show. That's
right.
True.
I was on your show. That's right. I was on your show. So this is the first time.
I wasn't even trying to be biggity with that, but it did come out like that. My bad. That's not what That's not what I was trying to say. But anyway,
it's all good. It's all good. Thank you very much, my dear. Tell moms and everybody, if she's on, tell moms and family, everybody, I send my greetings and love. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to spread love the Brooklyn way. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
Thank you, sir.
The universal way. But again, we're going to talk, and all right, you be safe out there, and we'll talk after, if anything, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace and love. That's right. That's our girl KECIA in the building. Whoop, whoop. Very good. Very good. Make sure you support all that she's doing. And of course, she is bringing the fire with all of that energy. You know, she's an award winner, success coach, man. She's been on TED Talks. Come on now, spiritual teacher, performing activist. She does a lot. Hit her up. Spread some love via that PayPal you see on this front. And of course, Cashapp, as you see on there. Spread love. Every little bit counts. You know what I'm saying? And once again, want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Sakina, always good to see you, my dear sister. Sakina, always. Jessica, what's up? Ja, Inky, what's up? Everybody that came on, the moms, the family, everybody that came on from her side also. Thank y'all very much for coming on. My name is Brother King Simon. I am your host, the numerovator, the author, the consultant, the promoter, the producer, and so much more, because all of us are more. Circulate, spread love via King Simon, $King Simon 3158, or paypal.me/King Simon if you appreciate the show. You could also text me if you want to book a session. Is always good. Just always spread that love. If you enjoy this channel, please spread the channel, spread the love by any way you can. Also, you can get all my books on Linktree. That's Linktree/King Simon, the numero Veda. That's Linktree/King Simon, the numero Veda. And again, I ask all of you to please thumb up, share, and like this broadcast to build these algorithms. And my numbers are going up, which is good, but I only want quality people. OQP. I'm not down with OPP. I'm down with OQP. Only quality people, because if we can still help quality people to become qualified to be greater people, then we could help this earth, we can help nature, we can help everything around us, because the wicked people are working 24 hours, so the righteous got to work 24 hours also. So do have to close out with my commercials, and if y'all are up for it, I'm going to close out with the Dr. Delbert Blair prayer after I finish my commercials. So if you're up for it, please be patient. I will be back after this. And again, want to thank each and every one of you right now. And let me just run these commercials real quick, because it's all about my sponsors and everything. Of course, coming up this coming Sunday, October 23rd. I have this beautiful sister coming at 11/11, October 23rd, Karma Anika. I'm sure you remember her, Sakina. Sakina was one of my co-hosts before. I'm sure you remember Karma. She's coming on. She got a one-woman show in Atlanta that we're supporting. I'm going to be there for their support. Karma have a one-woman show called Lights, Karma, and Action. Lights, Karma, Action. So she's going to be on Sunday talking about the show that's coming up on November the 26th. And she's going to be with us on 11/11 a.m. And then we have the great Grandmaster Lumumba Hernandez, the legendary Sanukas man himself. That's one of the systems I trained under in martial arts, Sanukas root, under the legendary Dr. Moses Power and his students. I used to be in conversation with Dr. Moses Power all the time. I wrote an article about him and everything, but I trained under his students, GM Anthony, Professor Bill, Soke Littlejohn, Soke Osei. So these are the brothers that I'm having. They got a big celebration coming up, so I'm trying to salute them for that. They got a big celebration coming up in November 5th in Brook. I don't have the flyer. Where's the flyer at? But it's all right. I'll get the flyer up for the next program. So that's going to be big. Also, family, don't forget, if you're in the Atlanta area, we're going to be at the Royal Chambers doing a tribute to our ancestors. It's not a Halloween party, but we're going to dress like one of our great ancestors. I'm going to come in like one of the Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I'm like, just bald my head for this one. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, I'm going to come as. So that's how I'm going to come in, because I'm that soldier right there. You know what I'm saying? So on the 29th, we're going to be doing at the Royal Chamber. So if you can make it out, come on from 7 to 12 p.m. That's from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. We will be at the Royal Chamber. Vegan menu, vegan wine. It's not alcoholic wine. It's really all natural, kosher. All that stuff is going on inside there at the Royal Chamber. And again, of course, we're bringing up Karma, Lights, Karma, Action on November the 26th. She's doing it. And don't forget, if you're coming down to Florida, we're going to be in the Fort Lauderdale area. So book your hotels or Airbnb around the Fort Lauderdale area. We're going to go to some vegan spots. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. We're going to have vegan food provided at the venue, but we're going to be doing a beach lecture and ceremony, and then going to the venue for the indoor activities. And we'll be doing a live stream down on the day, December the 4th, if you want to see Billy Carson, myself, Ellison Nedra, and also Dina Divine, Joshua Sarah, and some other special guests that's going to be passing through. Big up to this brother with his new book. If you want to supercharge your imagination with affirmations that will open the eye in your mind to infinite possibilities, get this book. This is an affirmation book for both adults and children. It's called I Am. Make sure you go to their website and show them some love via the website. This is their website. If you don't know, now you know right there. The IamPublishing.com. I am on publishing at IG. I am on publishing on TikTok, and YoungGod_235. Get the book, get the book, get the book for yourself and your babies. You know that? You got to give them that affirmation every morning before they leave. And if you want a hypnotherapist that is very good, she's been doing it for 25 years, tell her that King Simon sent you. She did a wonderful job for myself and various other friends that I have. 800-503-1993. That's 800-503-1993. Call Kendall Cobb right now and tell him that King Simon sent you. You want some good food? You don't want to cook? You don't know how to cook? You want some good vegan food that you can freeze and then save for later? Call Queen's Cuisine Atlanta 518 Soup now, or text her right now and tell her King Simon sent you. Believe me, Queen's Cuisine Atlanta presents the food of gratitude, delicious organic healing vegan soups and full meal options delivered to your front door to 1 hour from Atlanta metro area in every direction. And their soups and sea moss are shipped to all 50 states and Canada. So make sure you support 518 Soup now. That's 518 Soup now. And don't forget, if you want to go to Egypt, at Kemet, and hang out with Ashra Kwesi and Mary Ra Kwesi in the Kemet New Know Thyself educational tour. Call them right now to set up. Get in there. Tell them King Simon sent you. 214-371-0206. That's 214-371-2006, and tell them that King Simon sent you. All right. And they'll make sure you get through. Big up to this great writer, the one, the only Majida Majay, journalist, writer, activist. Make sure you hit her up at IG and support her on her IG. She got some great stories already on my website right now, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Hit her up and check out the story she wrote about the woman king. All right. She did a great job. And don't forget, this coming Saturday, the one, the only Encara fashion show in the Lauderdale section of Florida. Make sure you go down there. Good friend of mine's, Kemi. Go to chicandprince.com. Chicandprince.com. Tickets are selling out. They almost finished. So you might as well go to chicandprince.com because they're not selling no tickets at the door. No tickets at the door. And also Lloyd Strayhorn right now. He's at Brother Rich's show right now doing Brother Rich. Hit Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Get his books, do a session, take his classes. He got 3 classes on Udemy. I only got 1. I'm keeping it simple, but my 1 is on Udemy right now under Numerovation Introduction, and I break it down from a simple perspective, but you want the full course meal, 8 hours. This one is an 8-hour raw, uncut PowerPoint and chalkboard breakdown. So you get to, that's what it is. Text me the word course to 347-496-1022, and I'll send you the links and send you what you need to do to get it. All right. You can purchase all my books on Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. No promotion is bad promotion. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. And Numerovation for mental stability. I got it going on, baby. We doing it. And don't forget, boom, if you want that fall special right now between October the 1st to November the 1st, this is only this session, only going until November the 1st, 10 minutes and 10 seconds from both of us. That means you get 20 minutes and 20 seconds all together. So it's a pre-recorded session just to give you a fine tune of what you got to do and how, and you're allowed at least 3 questions to ask within the session if you want. You just text us the question, but text your first name and your date of birth to 347-496-1022, and we can set it off. I'll send you the details to tell you how much it costs so you can get that tune-up for 2023 as we're going into that next year, that number 7 year. If you want a full session and you get to talk to me directly, then you text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Remember, content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right? Getting ready to close out with Dr. Delbert Blair's prayers. We're getting ready to close out. I'm glad that you hung out with me. Again, want to thank KECIA Jones. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and drop some knowledge. Make sure you support the Exit Project by KECIA Jones. But it's time for us to say so long. Family, In the immortal words of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, you know what it is. I'm going to say it after the prayer. I'm going to give y'all all of that after the prayer. So everybody take a deep breath, relax, and remember, go support Dr. Blair's legacy shop, the metacenter2.com. They teaching hydroponics. They're teaching aeroponics. They're teaching all the self-sustainable sciences on this. And he's working with magnets and diodes and all of that. Go to the legacy shop. Brother Tony, who's running the legacy shop, has taken it to a whole nother level since Dr. Blair transitioned some years ago. The metacenter2.com. All right? Take a deep breath. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. We're going to say it one more time for the people in the back. Please, Universal Creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for giving us that prayer. I'm going to close out with KECIA's song, Every Single, because it's a motivational song, and that's the motivational spirit that I'm in. Like Marcus Garvey said, regardless of land, Marcus Garvey said, one love, one aim, one destiny. Up, you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. And like Dr. Khalid Muhammad used to say, regardless of land, label, or language, there is but one God. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you may watch this. And big up to KECIA Jones, who wrote this song, and this one is called Every Single.
That only comes when you know exactly who you are. You're glorious. When you know the power of your own divinity. To be fully human and fully divine. I am divine. Every single thing about you is beautiful. Every single thing about you is beautiful. I am divine. I am divine. Every single thing. I am fully human. Every single thing. I am every single thing. I am brilliant. Every single thing. I am gorgeous. Every single your righteous alignment. Every single thing about you, every single thing about you, it reminds you that you are spirit. Every single thing about you is righteous. It reminds you that you are spirit in right alignment with yourself. It reminds you that you are eternal. Breathe. It reminds you, it reminds you, it reminds you, it reminds you. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numeral Motivation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. It's the numerational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. December 4th in Florida, Cosmic Alignment with Billy Carson alongside Ellison Nedra. And don't forget, King Simon with Dina Divine. And don't forget the one and only Joshua Sarah, all happening in Florida. Linktree/King Simon, the Numeral Motivator for tickets.
Blood in, blood out, that's the culture. Haters cause it ain't us, that's them vultures. It was all good when we was soldiers, but when we asked for that land that they owed us, blood in, blood